Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms and another installment of Farmall something. I don't really know what you want to call it, but it seems like that's all we've done is rebuild carburetors and get old tractors running, but that's what it's all about here. So we got the I-4 going out of the shop. Hope you've seen that video. I'll put a link up here in the corner for that one if you're interested. Back on the Super C today. I had bought C and a Super C, used a lot of parts off the C because of the oil pressure issue there and tires and stuff like that. Swapped them over here, traded the fast hitch off to Dylan. So regardless of what the future holds for the Super C, it needs to be ready to crank up, move and run. It was a guy supposed to come look at it today. He decided he couldn't, something came up, said he's gonna come next week. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But it still needs to be fixed regardless. So I get it going and driving around again, I don't know, might just tell him no, but time will tell. You know how it is, flipping this and flipping that. But let's get started. I'm not getting anything done talking. Well, this isn't gonna be easy by myself. Oh, it's always something. You ever put yourself in one of those situations where you just sit back, scratch your head and wonder why you got up that morning? So I went around there and got the tire crammed against the block wall. I thought the brake was stuck, but it's not. The things I do. No, Nelson can't work on it back here in the back and then pull it out. Let's manhandle it out to where I can get a little bit of sunshine. It's so cold in the shop. Yeah, I'm whining. Let's get back at it. Now that I'm completely out of breath and made you watch 2 minutes of me manhandling the tractor around the shop, let's get some battery cables on it. And I think, they're made for 6 volts, so I don't know, they got something going on here, and all these cables was halfway holding up the fast hitch, so I might end up having to make me a plate here and put my 12 volt battery on. I don't know, but I gotta get my arm from Dylan for the, if you see that missing, he needed the one for the what am I trying to say, the fast hitch arm. So all right, let's get after it. Well, first things first, I found another battery cable that actually came off the love muffin that's going to be long enough. So I think I'm going to probably switch everything over to group 31. I don't know what you call them, with the studs on them. I like that a whole lot better than battery ends. I've got my own little tool to crimp it if I need to, but this one's already made long enough to do what I need to do. So trying to get some heat shrink on it here and heat shrink that up. It should be good to go. As far as the positive cable anyway. I'm not exactly sure what they had going on here, but I'm gonna try to cut these U-bolts off. They've bent the ends around. They've got some kind of steel cable here. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, they had that wrapped around the fast hitch arm or something to keep it from going down. It's been so long now, but regardless, it's in my way. I tell you, the lengths that some people go to do something simple. I mean, I don't guess I have much room to talk, but I mean, that's a little overkill. Steel cables. I don't know, maybe they had it, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was around the something to do with the fast hitch, holding it up or something, I don't know. My word. So I think this is a touch control. I think it's a temperature gauge, but it's worse for wear. I'll take the bolt loose here, and it goes in down here, so we'll probably end up addressing that at some point. But this battery cable off, and then the battery's sitting in there. I'm gonna see if I can get a strap ran around it for now that'll hold it steady enough. There's two flat bars, you know, bosses on the tunnel there, and hopefully that'll do me for right now as far as the battery. And the cables, I lucked out and had this one made up from back in the boat days. I got to drill the ends out a little bit, but it'll be long enough. I think I'm going to go from bolt hole under here up to there, and then positive side over there down to the starter. Well, I stand corrected on the Group 31 batteries. Not going to work in here. That's a tight fit, so we're going to have to get one that's not quite as long and not quite as tall. I think I can get a marine start battery with a post on it. If not, I'll change the ends on the cables. But that was an ordeal because I had to rewire everything in the pedestal there. The alternator wires were touching stuff, and had to run my new hot wire out because I never did do anything with this other than start it right off the front up there, and had wires hanging everywhere, and I think I had a battery strapped to the axle, I believe. So I got some gas and I'm letting that settle. I don't see any leaks yet out of the sediment bowl or the carburetor yet. So I don't really like my fuel line set up here. We'll see if it starts for fuel. I might have to come out and down and put me a 90 or something right here. It's kind of a weird design with this right here. I mean, I guess if that was flipped and went right back up in here, maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know, trial and error. But we'll set you up and I'll bring you along for the first startup after, what, 4, 5, 6 months, and see if it's gonna crank. Let's do a little welding fabrication and quieten it down. I'm not falling to straight pipes anymore for some reason. I guess too much in my younger days. This is actually off of the 770 when we first got it. I don't know how quiet it'll be on here. I think I had it on, can't remember. But I went this morning to the parts house and grabbed this adapter. Pretty tight fit down over the pipe there. And then I think I'm just gonna weld this in the muffler because they didn't have the exact size. I wanted this to go on the outside of the muffler. Is that how I wanted it to do? No, I wanted it to go on the inside, excuse me. And they didn't have it, so it's gonna have to go on the outside and I'll just have to weld it. But should be okay. Get that on there, and I think that'll, I'm not sure if it will fit under the door or not, so make it easy to slip on and off. But, you know, overlook the battery situation, like I said earlier. Definitely have to get a smaller one. We just got it on there and strapped down best we can for now. Because if it runs out pretty good, I want to get it out in the yard and drive it around, stuff like that. So let me quit babbling and let's do some welding and a little bit of fabrication work after all this carburetor, fuel line, and wiring we got going on. Well, it's warmed up a little bit, so I came out of the vest. Before I get too carried away with this muffler, if I'm not mistaken, I need to go back here and see if I can dig the hood out of the bus, because I think that it's going to sit down too low unless I do clamp it. So let's go back here in the bus and see if we can find that. I've got 2 or 3 of them. Let's see. Let's walk out here to the where the cultivators are first. No, it's not out there. The grill's out there. Yeah, it's in the bus here. A new parts shed, the bus, not being used as what I intended, but it's working. Let's go rummaging. Oh my, the goodies. Got a little bit of everything in here. Gleaner parts, cultivator parts, augers, row markers, straw choppers, press, cultivators. Let's see, where is that hood? Oh, right here it is. Not sure if this is the, one of them's better than the other one. This might be, no, I think this is the super. One of them's got a dent in it. Let me dig this one out. All right, so in the other pile of goodies here, this is the one for the C, because I remember that it was pouring down rain, or going to, when we picked that up in the mountains towards Johnson City, Virginia, Tennessee. So that's the one for the C. It's got a little dent in the front of it. So I think the hood was good on the Super C, and then the grill was bad, I think, because Lord, at the shadows, because it was hitting the front and pushed this radiator back. So we did decide to keep it. I may address that at some point, but it doesn't leak. The one on the C ended up leaking. So let's see how this works out. I was trying to keep these videos a little shorter, but I think I'm getting long-winded again on this one. That's all right. That's how it is. Okay, well, that's not as bad as what I thought. Maybe. Okay, so even all the way down, that's hitting inside the muffler right there. So even all the way down, it'll still work. Okay, I just want to make sure. That'd be my luck. Welded up and then couldn't get the muffler on there. Houston, we have a problem. Must have fiberglass packing in it. I think it's on fire. Nice. I don't know what I was doing, but it didn't look like I was welding. My word. I hope that's below the hood line. I'm not even gonna get close to that with the camera. I figured out two things. Well, three. One, I can't see anymore. Two, I need a new welding helmet very bad. And three, we're gonna have to get a new muffler. That thing's rotten. But it's on there. That coupling wasn't but $6. So the further you slide it down on there, the less tight fit it has. So I'll probably end up having to put a clamp on it anyway, but we'll see. I don't think it'll go in the, I don't think it'll clear the shop there. So we'll just leave it loose for right now and probably just get one that goes on at a big body muffler like it's supposed to be. But that'll last for now. So let's crank it up and see what see how it sounds now with the muffler on it. Finish up about the same place we started this morning. It's a little different angle. Pretty productive day actually. Super C's back going under its own power again. Had some hiccups along the way. It's not as phenomenally smooth as the i4 was yesterday. Of course I knew it smoked some, does have a little bit more blow by than what I realized. Carburetor needs some adjustment here or there. The clutch is mediocre. Mike can do some adjusting on that as well. Brakes are good. Transmission, shifting, steering seems to be all okay. Got a little noise in high gear. That's what I was in when I came around the building, but I think that's a Farmall thing more than anything. But other than that, I don't have any qualms with it. Good oil pressure. Steers good, like I said. Didn't overheat. Alternator's charging. So, we'll see what this gentleman says when he comes and looks at it next week. If he wants it for, what I got it priced at, we'll probably move on down the road with it and move on to the next project. And if not, who knows, we might get it back in the shop one day and do some more work to it and put it on the corn planter or something. But we'll see what happens. So probably leave you guys alone with the mechanic work for a little while on the tractors anyway. As soon as I get ready to do the truck, I'm back to trucking here and move this out and put it in the shed. So might play a little shed Tetris and see if I can get both this and the i4 down there in the carport with the planter. But anyway, enough battling for one day. Hopefully enjoyed it. Might have got a little bit longer than what I anticipated, but hopefully the clips weren't too much and more working this time than talking. So if you're interested in any merchandise, go check out farmmerchbin.com. Hats, shirts, decals, hoodies, you name it, they can do it. Allison is amazing. Do work for a lot of channels. Go over there and check them out. Tell them Allison at IP Farms sent you. I'll put the link in the description. And we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. Until then, thank you.